I've been thinking a lot about the concept of maturity because I've noticed it's something that is often misunderstood and I think can lead to some mischaracterizations of people. I just think a lot of times it's used to judge people's likes and dislikes, and I just disagree with that usage because I don't think I don't think being like a wise and mature person means that you I don't think it has anything to do with what you like. Like classic example, like somebody plays a lot of video games or, like stupid jokes, uh, like like childish jokes. You may say that they're immature or, just anything like relating to like childhood. But I think the real thing that changes as you get older or should change and does show a sign of maturity is like where you place value in things. Um, like for example, a kid is immature because they don't really know, like they're very focused on the now and they don't really know where to place value. Like they place, too much value on what's happening right now, and they can't see like the big picture, what's important for the future. So everything now is way more important than everything in the future, and that the delayed gratification is much harder to understand when you're a kid. What should be the real sign of maturity, what's a real sign of growth, is kind of an advancement in what you know is important and what you understand to be important. So like I don't know, like something I've realized is, as I've gotten older, I found it's extremely important to, you know stay appreciative of the things that give you that sense of curiosity and wonder as a kid. um, for example, like games like Minecraft, like I still get a very nice sense of wonder and curiosity and uh, just like childlike playfulness out of playing the game. And I think that's not immaturity, that's important. It's important to maintain, your sense of creativity and and curiosity as you get older. Not worry about the things that you like, and instead just enjoy the things that you enjoy. And that's not to say you shouldn't just like indulge yourself in nostalgia. Like I'm not playing video games or, watching shows I liked when I was younger just to be like, oh man, I remember how it was back then, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose. You should be growing and evolving. So if something that you liked as a kid you don't like anymore, that's totally fine. Like there should be things like that. You shouldn't like all the same things, but I don't, enjoying some of the same things, like playing video games. Uh, it's important to hang on to some of the things that make you happy. Yeah. So basically, you know, I mean, this could be all self-justifying, right? Like obviously, this is playing into the things that this it's good for me if all these things I'm saying is true, because I love playing video games and playing Minecraft. But I do really think that if something really makes you happy and it's generally constructive, then there's no reason to stop doing it just because it's not mature or adult enough. I think you should keep doing the things that you enjoy. Another thing that's super important in life, your friends and all the people around you. Our whole evolutionary goals are built around people. There's nothing material about it. Everything we do is in pursuit of a goal that's related to people. Some of the most like basic forms of like truest forms of happiness are developing strong relationships. And so I think, anything that's in pursuit of advancing a relationship, um, it's not a waste of time at all. Like I feel like some people feel bad when they waste time, playing video games with a friend, or I don't know, doing something with a friend instead of doing schoolwork. And I don't know, I would just say like I don't think anything that you do in pursuit of developing a relationship with somebody is a waste of time. I mean, obviously, it's not a blanket statement. Like if you got homework to do or tests to study for, you gotta take a break once in a while. But yeah, I mean, you can't just play all the time. There's a balance. I see a lot of people, spending time away for the summer for oh, those blew up. They did. Holy cow. Skeleton, you idiot. Yikes, I've never had that happen to me before. That's always in the memes. We got the meme in real life. Let's go. You can't always focus on now. Sometimes you gotta look ahead and be like, well, I want to spend time having fun now, but for my future, it's really important that I am 100% locked in on work or school. Then that's like that. So I'm saying, knowing what's important and where to place value is important for maturity. I think the biggest indicator is being able to, look into the future and understand, what's going to be important for you later down the line. Like in 10 years, what are you gonna look back and think, oh, I was glad to have spent time doing that, or I was not glad to have spent time doing that. And I think if you can spend time figuring out what you'll want to look back and, you know, figuring out what you'll be satisfied with looking back and saying, oh yes, I spent my time on that. I think having a good idea of that's the biggest sign of maturity. And so yeah, it's going to be different for everyone. There's no one right answer. Not everyone is going to be spending most of their time playing video games and stuff, and not everyone is going to be spending all their time doing schoolwork. You gotta figure out what's right for you. Everyone's in a different situation. And that leads into my next point, which is another sign of maturity, is understanding other people. It's very easy to get angry at other people for, not liking the same things as you, or maybe they'll do something that you think is stupid, or you're like, oh, why would you enjoy that? Why would you place value in that? That's dumb and like unintelligent. And I do this sometimes too. This is why I'm thinking about it, because I found myself doing it, and it's something I'm like, okay, why do I do this? Is it justified? Is it not justified? And I've found that almost 100% of the time, it's definitely unjustified. Because anything that you could take about somebody else that you don't like, or you think it's ridiculous or dumb of them for enjoying or doing, they could find something about you and feel the exact same way. And so I think you just got to understand that that's the biggest challenge in life, figuring out what you like, figuring out, who's your group of people, what are the people you want to surround yourself with, who's your community. Everyone's trying to find a community. All right, here's a good example, because I do this a lot, and I know everyone does. So say a teacher makes some dumb joke in class, or a teacher's making a joke in class, and you find it very unfunny, and there's that group of the kids in the front of the class that laugh at the joke. And I do this all the time. I'm like, how could you find that funny? I was doing this literally like an hour ago in my last class. It's like, how could you find that funny? Like, you're really engaging with this in that way. Like, I don't know, they must be like, I'm like, you must be like less smart, or I don't know, not thinking critically to enjoy this material. It's really harsh. And I just think, like, there's no, like, everyone's just trying to find their group of people. Like, if that's your group of people and it makes you happy, and you can feel aligned with those other people who are laughing and enjoying the class, then that's good. I mean, you need a group of people. You're pursuing, one of the most important things in life, finding people in a community and relationships. And there's no reason to criticize criticize the things that somebody does to develop their relationships. And if a group of people are enjoying something together, then I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But it's hard to think that way, because like I said, like when I see them laughing at something that's like ridiculous, I'm like, how could you find that funny? Like, you just got to keep reminding yourself that everyone thinks differently, and everyone's just trying to figure out everyone's just trying to figure things out, and you got to do it in your own way. So yeah, when people like get angry with somebody else for thinking a certain way, I think it's a real sign of immaturity when you can't even like stop and imagine like how the other person is thinking that way. Like, I feel like it's very short-sighted and ignorant to be like, oh well, like, why would you think that? Like, there's no reason you could think that, because I think when you really think critically about it, you can it's pretty easy to find a reason why somebody would think a certain way. There is always a logical explanation, because we're all we're all just survival. We're all just seeking for survival and trying to do things to make ourselves happy and keep going. So there's always a logical explanation. You can find a lot of parallels between other people's reasoning and your reasoning because everyone deals with the same issues and you just handle it in different ways. Everyone faces the same problems and just has different ways of dealing with it. So it not all ways are equal. Obviously, some people handle problems worse than others, and it's okay to think that. You can not agree with the way somebody handles a problem, but I don't. And you can even try to help them. You could be like, hey, I don't think this is the right way to think. You should consider this other perspective. But I think it's very childish to just immediately dismiss their point of view and their reasoning and kind of attack them personally for some of their actions. I think when it comes down to it, really nothing is that personal.